Hey guys, my name is Dora. This is Marriages Restored in Faith. Thank you for joining. I know it is a little bit different today, and the last video that we did, we kind of forgot to give y'all a heads up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So the next week, next couple of weeks, if y'all can bear with us, our schedule has changed a little bit. And as you can tell, Ray is not with me today. And so he is working. He's actually doing homework right now. But our schedule has changed for the next couple of weeks. So I will be doing some videos, different type of videos. If you have been following us, you can kind of tell that we've kind of done a little bit different videos. Of course, teaching the Word of God and doing some lessons. But we also want to get y'all prepared in prepping and doing, like our other video that said, Plan B. What are you going to do if the electricity goes out, if your water goes out, things in that, your basic necessities of every day. So if you've been following us, you've been seeing that we have been posting some of those videos. So that is what I'm going to be doing here in these about 2 weeks. So if y'all can just bear with us, and we will get these videos out to you. And again, thank you for joining, and let's get right to it. So today, I am going to explain about vacuum sealing. I think we had a video before that you could, I showed you some prepping to doing with the jars, the quart jars, and I think I had a pint jar as well. You can kind of go back. And I actually showed you that we actually had food in them. I believe it was like pot roast, and I think one of them was also beans or something like that. I can't really remember on the top of my head right now. But this right here is a way of vacuum sealing for rice and beans. You could also do sugar. You can put sugar in here. You can put pastas in here as well. What I did at the beginning of starting to prep, and just, little by little, I decided, because I had seen, doing rice, doing beans in quart jars and also pints, which worked out great for me because I, bought my quarts, bought my pints to do that. Then I switched over to doing processing the food, doing actual meats and potatoes. And so instead of me going to go buy more quarts and more pints, which, they can get kind of costly, I decided to let me try something else and take this out and do, look and see about doing some other type of preparation for my rice and for my beans that I had used. So I was looking online and came into vacuum sealing. Now, for everyone, that doesn't have a vacuum sealer, uh, they are a little, pricey depending on the brands you get. I actually had been vacuum sealing my meat. If you would go buy bulk, at Sam's, and kind of separate your meat, to put, how much you're going to cook each afternoon for your family. I've had this vacuum sealer, and believe me, they are a little costly, but you get yourself a good one, you take care of it, clean it, do all the maintenance on it, and it will last you a long time. I have had this vacuum sealer. I can probably, if I can remember the top of my head, maybe I would say, gosh, I don't know, Jewel, help me out here. Maybe, it's got to be more than, yeah, it's probably, I would say 10 years. Yes, about 10 years. So, I should, and Ray keeps telling me you need to invest into getting another one just to have it, on the side in case you need it. And, I hear that. I just haven't done it. And that's bad in my part, but I do need to invest in another one. So I've been using this vacuum sealer to do exactly that, to switch my rice and my beans over um, to the vacuum sealing. And the reason why is because, for one, I want to reuse my quarts, because you can just wash them and sterilize them again and reuse the quarts. The lids, it just depends, if you want to reuse them, because they haven't been processed. In other words, you haven't put them through the processing stage, as in canning them, to actually, put them in the canner and do all that stuff. So it's just been vacuum sealed with these over here, which my daughter was, reminded me that this is what I use to do these quarts with the rice and the beans. And it's just one of these little tops here that you can get. And if you do the standard size, which is this one, and this is the wide mouth, which I probably should have gotten a wide mouth to show you, but this will go on the bigger wide mouth on here. And all you do is you get your top here, you put that there, and then you hook this up to your vacuum sealer machine. And you have to make sure that you get the right one, because this one that I have, it's not the Food Saver brand, so I had to use another technique to do that. But you have to just make sure that you get the right one on there. Okay. So that's how I did my cans, and I did also put a oxygen absorber in each one. That way, to give it that extra protection. If you're going to have them there, shelf life, for a little bit longer, than 6 months or so. So, but what I really wanted to show y'all in this video was how I do the vacuum seal, from moving it from this quart size to the bag. And to be able to completely take all the oxygen out of it. That way you can have a long-term seal. And you can do this with anything. You might say, well, what do you mean? Like, rice, beans, sugar. I have here one that I did. This is, I put the date on here. It says 11/17/2022. And this is pancake mix. So all you do is basically what I'm going to show you, how I did the rice and the beans. You do that with your pancake mix, you do it with your flour, you do it with your sugar, and it just compresses it and seals it. Just wonderful. And you might say, well, you might ask, how does the sugar taste after, you give it about, 6 months, 8 months to a year, depending how fast you go through your stuff. Well, there really isn't any difference that I have noticed. And I've gone through some of my packs just to kind of taste, to see if there is a freshness difference. Well, you have to remember, you've taken all the oxygen out of it. So it's going to kind of freeze it in that stage to where there is no oxygen there. So it's not going to get like a rancid taste or anything like that. So it works out great. So right now I'm just going to open this one. As you heard there, that little seal kind of popped there, which is great. So that's telling me that was working great. But I do want to be able to use my quarts now for, something else, potatoes or whatever else that I want to use that for. So this right here, 1 quart will give you about, I'd say, 2.5 to 3 cups of rice is in here. So all I do is I put it back in here. And again, these are just regular brown bags that you can get at the Dollar Tree. You can get them at Dollar General. And remember, these were the little, I don't know, well, I'm telling my age right now. These are the little bags that you would get, to take your lunch, to school. A lot of people still use these, and that's where I got the idea of getting the little bags here. And you just pour however amount of rice. I usually do about 4 cups to 1 bag, which that is not as much. I believe it's like 2 two of these quarts. It seems like it might be 4 cups in there. So all you do is you stick your little rice in there and you press it down. And I kind of just mush it down. And you're just going to fold right here. And you're going to fold it and just kind of press it like this. And you're going to need tape. I didn't have regular tape on hand, but any tape will do. And you just kind of use just a little piece there. And you're going to tape that on here. And you just want to be able to just keep it shut. And this right now is the time where you're going to write down what you put in your bag, which I put rice. And then if you measured out your cups, you know exactly, this is about 2.5 to 3 cups of flour. Then you would put, rice. I don't know why I said flour. I'm thinking flour. Rice on here times however many cups you have on there. And don't forget to put your date. So at this point, you're going to want to write everything on this bag, because that way, I'll show you in a minute why I say to write it on this bag, not this bag. So then, now these bags this is just the brand, Food Saver brand bag that I buy in bulk from Sam's Club. I also get them from H-E-B as well. I get these little rolls that you can buy. And I've noticed that with the Food Saver, at least this was my experience with it. You can, other people might have a different experience, but my experience is it doesn't really matter the brand of the bag, as long as it's a sealing bag for, Food Saver and the other ones that are out there. But as long as it's made for a vacuum sealer. So it really doesn't matter the brand. That's my experience, that I could pretty much use any bag as long as it's a vacuum sealer bag. So, and the reason why these are already like this, and that's the reason why I say, to write it on the outside, because once you need to use your bag, if you say, okay, well, I need to use, flour, rice, beans, or something, that you've already vacuum sealed. All you do is cut this and you take the brown bag out, but you keep these. This is what I do. I keep these because these are still good. There's no, you haven't had any food or anything in these, so you can reuse them. And that's basically what I do. I reuse them once, I've opened them. And I don't have to, take out another bag. So that just makes it easier and nicer to do that. So now we're just going to put this bag in here. Just like that. And remember, you would have written on here, what that was. And yeah, because I didn't bring me a pen, but that's okay. I'll just do that. And then you're going to put that in here. I'm going to put it right there, and then we're going to shut this, and I'm just demonstrating this, that it will work great. And then now it's going to get a little loud, just for a split second or two. Okay, so see, it just completely compressed all the oxygen out of it. And now what the machine is doing is just sealing it so it can just seal where it's at. And it's really that easy to vacuum seal all your rice, your beans. And again, the reason why you want to use this brown bag for your flour, your sugars, wheat, anything that's powdery, you can do that. I've done it with salt. I have flour, sugar, wheat, cornmeal. pancake mix. I mean, anything. You can definitely do that with this. And it's done. And there you go. We have it sealed already. So another method that I had also used, because you might say, well, that's like a double expense because you have two bags going on. Right. That's the reason why, I chose to do one, which I should have brought that one, which you would just put the rice and the beans straight into this bag instead of the brown one. That works fine. The only difference is that I've noticed, my experience is that as I go in there to check my food, I have seen some that lose their seal, and I didn't understand why that was happening. Well, when I would take that bag and take the rice, the beans out of it, I would say, okay, well, maybe it just didn't seal right. Let me try the bag again. Let me see. There's got to be something with the bag. Well, yes, the rice and the beans in time will seep through this bag. They will cause it to have little imperfections. So the bag will start losing the seal. So putting it in, doing that extra, and again, like I said, you can find this at the Dollar Tree. You can find it at Dollar General. I usually get mine at Dollar Tree, and get quite a bit of them. And that's why it's best to put it in a brown bag, then put it in here. So that way your food will not lose, it's the vacuum, and it won't get any oxygen in it. So that is this is a great method, that I like, because again, it completely seals your food, and there is no difference in like the sugar and the flour and the wheat. Now it is compacted, but as soon as you put it in your container and you break it up, it's just like you just bought it. So I really, really am having a very good experience with that. And if you have been, vacuum sealing this, doing this method, and you found some imperfections or something just didn't work with you, leave a comment, in our comment section there, and let me know, because I am all for, learning new tips and learning new ways. Remember, that is what we're here for, is to help one another and to teach each other, how to do, different things. And it's a learning process. And if you're that person that you're like, well, I've never, even thought about vacuum sealing, I've never, even, jumped into, I do want to preserve my food. I do want to, do a little bit more, than what I'm able to, in my pantry, or, well, you just have to jump in there and get it going, because I was the same way. I've never done this, I never have done prepping, never have done canning or anything. Well, you just have to, you got to learn. Do we make mistakes? Yes, we do, but that's okay, because you learn from that. It's just like that old saying is practice makes perfect, and that's exactly what it is. You're wanting to advance yourself, you're wanting to do, and remember, this is for your family. You want to make sure that you have, what you need to have for your family at all times, because if you've been following us, you know exactly what we stand for. That we are here, to help one another and to share the word of God, and to be light, and to make sure that, we have joy and we have peace. But the only way to do that is in the word, and to be able to speak his word, and to know that God is with us. As long as you are a believer, as long as you have accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, that's exactly what he's here for. He gives you the ideas, he gives you the wisdom, to do, and to the supply, to be able to do that for your family. So again, this is just another way of preserving your food, long term, and that is, what what we are doing. There's many ways. Again, like the other videos that we showed, we canned, and this is another way. If you just want to vacuum seal in these quarts, that's one way. And then there is this method of vacuum sealing. Um, I enjoy doing either all three of those methods, and it's good to have variety because that way, spacing, if you are limited to your space, that is another thing as well that can help. If you're just doing these quart size, they take up a little bit more space. If you're doing these vacuum seals, you can put these in totes. That's exactly what I do. We put them in totes and just start preserving your food that way. So again, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope this helped. Those that are out there wanting to get started to doing some type of preservation for their food. Thank you again, for tuning in, and again, I just want to say that we are, just bear with us. Our schedule is a little bit different these couple of weeks, but we will be putting up some videos and to be able to help y'all, to be able to help us as well. So again, put comments in that comment section. Follow us on Facebook and on our YouTube, and also on the X, Twitter, whatever it is that they're calling it nowadays. So thank you again, guys, and we will see you on the next video.